It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 17 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And some space. There he goes, left side. Joe Mixon. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon hit. They go play action with Jackson. A swing pass here to Edwards. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. Jackson, option right. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky. Now Browning. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. the option to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. Jackson. Got his target. That's Kohler. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. B.J. Hill, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And they run with Edwards off the option. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. On the draw, here's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3.
Here we go, set.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Through the middle of the field. Inside the 20, Joe Mixon. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his... Jackson on first down. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And the Baltimore first down.
To throw is Jackson. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple.
At the 46-yard line.
Jackson going to keep it running right. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Jackson now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And that is caught downfield by Beckham. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, 36 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. On the return is Charlie Jones. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Browning. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 10. And the Bengals first down.
To throw, Browning. And that one to the right side and incomplete. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. To throw on 2nd and 10. Browning. He's across midfield. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Inside handoff to Mixon. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 148 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On 1st and 10, Browning. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. Now we're going to get a timeout here for an injured player, and that's Jamar Chase, who is in some obvious discomfort right now. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
That is caught. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Bengals' 46-yard line.
Off the option, here's Edwards. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Jackson to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete to Likely. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks, don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Jones. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Browning. And that'll be incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, Browning. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Browning's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd and 10, Browning, and he fires one incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game. So halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this mid-season contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Loose inside the 30. And finally down at the 9-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
It has just come so easily, hasn't it? This defense, they've been caught flat-footed time after time after time. This was not a touchdown, but it is another huge play. And they've spent huge portions of this game chasing guys downfield, and that is certainly not a winning formula.
Operating from the gun, Browning. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Oh, why are we doing this?
So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Back to throw. Browning. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Here comes third down and 7.
It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Jackson. This pass caught by Beckham. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Jackson setting up the screen here to Edwards. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
On target to his man, Likely. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Now it's Jackson. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Browning. And this is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Browning. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
21 yards. That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
Jackson. It's caught. Beckham. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Again, it's OBJ, back-to-back catches. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. To throw again is Jackson. Screen play, setting it up for Mitchell. Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens get a bit closer. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target, and it's third down. Here's Browning. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven. 1st and 10.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. it hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On second down, here's Mixon. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
To throw, Browning. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. A gain of 22.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 212 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. An inside give, Brown. And room there to work it inside the 25. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Slot man moves right.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
17-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Again, it's Mixon. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Irv Smith Jr., an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bengals up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touch. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throw caught by Flowers. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. Jackson. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Flushed out right, and he will slide to a halt at the end of that one. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
Mixing up the middle, and they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Cincinnati, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire